Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Automation, the car company tycoon game. My name is Cone Dodger, and this is the Lite campaign in the year 1966. We've just engineered the Roscoska, I believe is how I was going to pronounce that. Actually, I'll probably just change that just on the fly here, and I'll change it next time. But at the very end of the last episode, I realized that the ankle is no longer in production, even though it says it's in production. And I believe what happened there is that in the canceling, if we show canceled, in the canceling of the truffle, somewhere in there, something strange happened with the engine factory for the ankle. It is listing it no engine factory. I would go in and show you this. However, going to this screen has crashed the game on me multiple times. So it was either something to do with the truffle or something to do with the engineering of the Roscoska or the production of the Valor has caused the ankle to no longer be able to be produced. It still says it's in production, however, we're not actually making any cars, therefore, we're gonna have to cancel it. And that's a shame because that's still a competitive car and it's still doing well for us. So I think our goal for today, even though we started engineering the Roscoska in 1965, excuse me, we're going to be engineering ourselves a replacement for the ankle in 1966, which is in pretty quick succession and kind of unusual for our company here. But it's what we're faced with. Let's go ahead and cancel the ankle and go ahead and, well, it is a new year. Let's look at the economy overall. Budget's on the decline, so that means that normal, premium, and luxury are on the incline still. It seems like if we look at the past, we're about to the point where it's about to start to level off, and we might get another 2 or 3 years of goodness if we just look at previous history. It could absolutely just totally crash tomorrow, or it could continue to climb to record highs. We just don't know. We did some R&D, which it looks like we're at 0.98 on the fuel systems, so in the upcoming year, 1967, we'll probably get ourselves some tech points there. Could dump some money into some other places. We're doing fairly well as a company, but since we're going to be engineering possibly a car in 65, I keep saying 50, 65, 66, and maybe 67, let's not get too carried away with the money. Alright, so a new car, and let's look at bodies of the last 10 years, because I hate going up against that restriction. And we'll remember that the ankle was kind of the small convertible sports car and small coupe. You could say that this could fall into now the pony category, as that category has really started to increase. In fact, that's something I should have looked at, and I didn't. Market. So pony is actually a little bit stagnant at the moment. Convertible sport budget and convertible sport are on the incline quite significantly. I mean, really, ponies, it's still on the incline. That's still a very big category, larger even than muscle. Fun premium is on the incline. Just overall fun. Family premium, commuter premium. A lot of the premium stuff currently on the incline, but those are very small categories, even when they're on the incline. So, seems like convertible sport, convertible would be good. Convertible sport budget, that's a pretty big class of car. And if we could get some, like, some of these fun, maybe like fun and fun premium in there too, that would be good. Light sport is apparently not existent yet. Alright. We have family sport and family sport premium in awareness. We're getting good muscle awareness. We still have a scant amount of pony awareness. And our awareness in convertible sport budget and convertible sport are very good as well. So let's try and maintain that with a new ankle. So like I said, 10-year body, convertible, 2 options here. This one, probably not going to be the one to go with. I don't think any of these even necessarily register as convertibles. This one says that it does, but I don't trust it. This one, on the other hand, is most definitely a convertible, and could most definitely be in the sport budget or just, sport fun cars as well. So, yeah, let's go for this body. Only get this one to choose from for the convertible, but is there... Oh, wow, that's funky. But we can give it a little bit more cabin space, which I think is good. Bow up the nose a little bit more. Extend out the chin. That makes it look much less Z-like. And that does as well, giving it a little bit less nose. And now it looks like a very unique body. Interesting. Chassis-wise, let's go for the monocoque chassis. Let's go for steel, longitudinal, Fashion strut front, semi-trailing in the rear. This will not be quite the expensive luxury build that was the last car, but we don't want it to be too overly budget-minded either. Headlight designs on this thing. What to do? What to do? Obviously the round headlights are still the main focus. Oh, those look way cooler than I expected. That is so not what I expected when I clicked on this headlight. I expected something much different and not nearly as cool as these are. That's a very interesting design. It's a little derpy looking, but I wonder if I can make it work. Body color matched is different. Chrome ring, not a fan of that. I kind of like the black inset. I wish it wasn't doing the weird body clipping. There we go, get rid of that. Yeah, I like the black. Oh, not all chrome. Decisions. I think I'm going to go with the color matched. Nope, we're going for this one. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's the one. Alright. This is the body you could make dangerously happy looking if you weren't careful. That's still pretty happy looking, and if we flip it upside down, well, now it looks like a very sad fly. That's a very shocked looking car there. Hey man, we're shaking things up. This is probably the most unique designed body I've made in quite some time. I don't know why. I have the feeling of needing to do something weird with this one. Now the back of this car is about as squared and plain as it gets. Luckily, a nice lip spoiler has dressed it up a little bit. Let's make sure we get our license plate opening on there. We'll do one of these guys. Give us a little color variance in it. Easy for me to say. I'm already thinking this is probably going to be a 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder vehicle, so let's just do a single tailpipe. Yeah. No. There we go. Just do a single tailpipe to one side. And yeah. Not a bad looking. It's a little bit British, I'll admit. But we're an independent car company that has no country restrictions. Thank you very much. We'll design whatever the heck we want to design. And today, this is what I wanted to design. Alright, we could really British this thing up if we did that. But we'll resist. And how about we go with our lovely standard dark maroon that I seem to get attracted to this color quite often. We'll make it very glossy, and we'll patiently wait for the Unreal version when we can make it super metallic looking and make me really happy inside. Alright, so this body we could do any kind of longitudinal we possibly want, but it's going to be rear-wheel drive. So yeah, let's do a little bit of shaking up here. Let's not do a V8. Let's do an inline engine. And let's do an inline 4. Engineering time very high on aluminum. Let's see how very high it is. We have me as an engineer for the engines. And overall, the chassis engineering has been taking longer than the engines on every build. So maybe let's go a little crazy with that. Let's go for aluminum block and headed engine and see what we could do with it. Maybe stick with the direct acting overhead cam that we're familiar with to try and save a little bit of engineering time. But if we need to use overhead cam, I'm not afraid to on this engine either. Let's try and go for, I think these want to be typically a little bit long stroked. So let's do a little bit of that. And around 2 liters, I think, is probably the range we want to be in. Hoping for somewhere in the 110 horsepower range, I think. That's what I'm feeling. Not too crazy on compression. We'd like to run on regular leaded fuel. And not too crazy on cam profile either. Naturally aspirated, of course. Carbureted. We're not quite to the injection era yet. How about a single 2-barrel? That'd be 120 horsepower. That would be good. Performance intake on regular leaded. Give it a little fuel mix. Give it a bit of timing. 6,000 RPM, I think, is a good number to go for. 150, that is good. 146, that should be good. Reverse flow and no muffler. How do we look? A lot of yellow and orange in here. Looks like I need to come down on the compression before I even bother to run it. Let's get it to, wow, very low. Yeah, let's see. Let's give it more fuel so we can have a little, wow, not much more compression. 8.1. Oh, alright, let's see. 115. Those are the numbers I was hoping for, but definitely having some RPM limit issues. We could reduce that. What's the reliability? 26. Need to do better than that. Alright, so maybe a larger bore and a shorter stroke is in order. Alright, well, doing that got our reliability up to 34, which is a pretty good number. 9.89 is not a very good economy, though. Would like to improve upon that. And honestly, I'm not 100% sure how to go about such a thing at the moment. We were having a little over rev there, where we're getting out of our efficiency range. Yeah, it's just not very good at the moment, the economy. 9.89. Just to give it an experiment, I tried the super leaded and brought down this carburetor's, you know, richness to see if we could get the economy up, and it does. 11.15 is better. And of course, we're going to get a little bit of performance out of that too. 118 horsepower, 120 foot-pounds of torque. It's also a very smooth and even power band. So hopefully that makes for a sporty-ish car and a very reliable engine. 35, and overall it's having no problems. So let's just go ahead and work through this thing and see what kind of car we come up with. This will indeed be our first Mark II of any car. So yeah, this will be the Enkel Mark II Vert. And this is our first inline 4, so first gen i4. There you go, congrats. You have a name, engine. And this is the variant with aluminum. Sure, okay. Alright, I went through and did a click-through build where I very hastily made the decisions. Now let's do some refining on this car. Gearing-wise, 10 seconds 0 to 60 isn't fantastic. I have a 4-speed manual in it right now, and it looks like second gear is giving out just before 60. But, yeah, I mean, it just doesn't have a lot of power at its disposal, so that might be the best we can get. 10.3, yeah, even if we spaced it down to where I think we would be using third gear more, 10.1 versus 10.3. That's pretty much where it's going to be, I think. Not a whole lot we could do with that. But that's fine. I think that's an okay time for a car with an engine this small. And it's just a very different car than is our bigger muscle car, which is what I want. I don't want them to be competing with each other. I went for medium compound. Let's look at the sports. Gives it a lot more drivability, or gives it a lot more sportiness without hurting the drivability, I suppose. It's increasing the drivability score significantly. Okay, we'll go with that then. Brakes-wise, with our 2-piston solid discs up front, it looks like, with maybe a little bit more pad, look at that. The line's above the line. Like, the brakes are actually performing better than the tires. We can actually lock the brakes up for the first time ever. Drums in the back, because there's not much back there. We just want it to be right above the line. Nice. Cool. Imagine that. A car that can actually stop. It only took till 1966. Moving on. Let's see. Cooling airflow. I think we're good there. We don't need more. In fact, we could probably get away with a little less. Alright, that seems like the happy medium. 56.9 and 109.5 top speed, which is good. That's fine. It's like our own little MG here. I went for the sport interior. It's always a tough call, but I think the sport helps it in more of the prestige categories, which is important for these convertibles. Can't do the phonograph because of the production issues. Power steering, I believe they quite like, as well as the advanced safety. Even considered maybe bumping quality there, but they don't seem excited about that. A little bit of room there if we need it. No, that's pretty much what it is. Alright. Suspension, there's got to be some tuning to do here. And for the gas monotubes, twin tubes make it cheaper but ride worse. Yeah, it seems worth it for those. I think we could get a little bit more sportiness out of this thing. That would be good. So maybe a little bit more front camber. We're losing points overall. So, I mean, a .82 and a .99, pretty good numbers there, in all reality. A little bit more rear bar is actually what seems to be the ticket. Of course, a little bit more front dampening always helps, but this engine is very light, so we don't need very much there at all. Let's look through... Well, what's it on test track? 2183, so a very light car. 10.40 to 60. That's surprisingly low. I would expect a little bit better for a car that light. And a cat that's now breathing into the microphone. Oh, now he's sitting on... Yep. Alright. Good job, Xerxes. You're doing great. A quarter mile of 17.7. And on the skid pad, a .89 and a .86. I guess because the tires are so small. It's hard for me to be okay with these numbers, but I gotta remember that it's 1966. It's not 1998. So, these are not the numbers that I am familiar with. Detail stats. I think prestige is very important. I'm not seeing a lot of negatives here. Chassis stiffness. Engine is a big negative for sure. But I think that helps in so many other places that it's probably worth it. There's still a big maybe here, and that's the engineering. But very good scores. Sport budget, that's the category I was ignoring. Fun premium, sure, it's okay, but sport budget is actually the ones that it's... Well, it's sport. What if we go to 15%? 15% is kind of my base price advancement now. You know, it's honestly not scoring incredible in any of the categories. Very good competitiveness in convertible sport budget, but not phenomenal affordability. This one, it's really good. It's just a little bit cheaper than I think you would see in this category. It's maybe not as performance-oriented as the others, but the price point would be hard to beat. So, I mean, 96.6%. Yeah, that's pretty hard to beat. An 87.5 is not a bad score. 98.3 in sport budget, 84 in fun premium. Those are all okay. Well, let's see what a coupe would do. Well, that certainly Datsun did right up, didn't it? Now it's like an MG and a Datsun had a baby. It's pretty great. Did I take any downforce off? I don't think I did. I'll have to go back and look at the convertible. But let's stick with the same engine. Alright, with 0 changes. It does lose a little drivability and prestige, but it gains in sportiness and comfort, safety as well, and it's cheaper. Okay. Alright, well, what does that do in markets? Interesting. Sport budget, very good. And fun premium there. A 100.2. And it's actually scoring better in Pony as well. Huh. It's not an outright, like, amazing, tons of category car, but it's certainly checking some boxes. Well, let's do, maybe let's check, uncheck that one. Let's check Fun Premium and Sport Budget and see if we can improve on those at all. Fun Premium's gonna want probably more sportiness. Yeah. But how do you get that without hurting the other scores? That is hard to do. It's not impossible though. Yeah, we were able to get it up. Let's see if we can get it to like a 102. That would be good. 102. There we go. That's a good. I mean, look at these two. 102 and a 91. Not that Fun Premium is a huge category, but we might be selling all of these cars. All of the available, Fun Premium buyers will be buying these. Would they want a premium interior? They do, but it makes it... Oh, even the sport budget really likes that, too. Makes it less affordable, but it makes it a higher score. What's it do to the other categories? I don't know, man. That might be the way to go. Just because it increases the competitiveness to a pretty high degree. And the times are good. People want premium cars right now. People want the luxury. Yeah, I think that's a risk worth taking. Let's look at the wing here. Let's make sure that that's not hindering the car at all. We're down to 104, so no, it is not. Actually, if we increased the rear spoiler, it would help the car. Okay, well, that's good to know. Go back to the convertible and make that change. Yeah, I actually picked up a couple points by giving it a little bit of rear wing. Makes the car more stable at high speed. Very nice. Let's go to engineering and see what... Okay, 3 years right now on chassis. And we have money to put funding into that right at 3 years. I could go even higher in engineering. Kilrob gave me a tip on this kind of stuff, and now I don't remember what he said because I'm an idiot. I think it had something to do with reliability, like the target reliability, but it's gone now. It is gone. Yeah, I mean, 2 years, 11 months. 2 years, 8 months. That's better. What's the engine look like? Oh, very good. Very good. No worries there. Oh, I'm not for hire. That's right. I'm already doing something. But that's still absolutely fine. So we can make this a very reliable engine. Because we have all the time in the world to do it. 2 years, 7 months. So it would be like the end of 69 that we would be making this. That's a bit of a gamble. It is a bit of a gamble. But there's not much you can do, You can't speed up the engineering much more than 2 years. That's just not going to happen. We got some fancy chassis stuff going on there that makes it take a little bit longer. Do we have the available Existing productions. Yeah. See, the ankle's been canceled. This is where things got weird, I think. The truffle factory isn't being used. This one isn't being used. Well, we'll assign that. But I think we actually need... I don't think we need to buy a new plot. I think we just need to buy a new engine factory. I'm a little nervous. Let me save, because this is where I was trying to fix the old ankle. This is where the game crashed. So, let's assign this. Oh, it won't let me. Okay. Alright. That makes more sense. Alright, so we do need a new engine factory. This is what it seems like. Right? Well, it says assign. Well, let's do it. Okay, everything's fine. Everything is fine. There's no need to worry. Medium 2, that sounds good. Small 3 also sounds good. Warning, engine factory cannot meet demand. Well, that's a problem. That is quite the problem. Because that's a small 3. I don't really want to buy a bigger plot. Engines made per day, 180. How many cars are we making? 183. So it's very close. So yeah, if we went down just a little bit on the shifts, it would be able to cover it. I think that's going to be fine. These are not super high selling markets here. So I think that's going to be okay. I'd rather sell them at a profit higher than might be advisable than to go ahead and buy a whole new plot just to build an engine for this thing. That doesn't seem effective. Alright, 10% markup, and we'd have good scores everywhere. 15% markup, and we're still in okay ranges. And really good there. So yeah, let's try for 15. The coupe, when it loads, definitely 15. Easily 15. Could even be higher. Alright. So as of right now, we would indeed not be making many of the convertibles, it looked like. And we'd probably have to really crank up the price of the... Yeah, I'll say. Now, I don't expect this to stay, but as of right now, we'd really be marking up those coupes. Otherwise, I could just sell these at the 10% and then change the split back. Alright, let's get those even-ish. This is a very tormenting little game here. Alright. Fine, close enough. And then that's as many as I can make. Alright, right there is as many as I could possibly be making. So from there, it would just be a matter of increasing the price. Which is a good problem to have. if having to increase the price is your problem. Also in 1970, we're going to unlock Fruinia, so that'll be a whole nother market to worry about. All things to consider. Oh wow, that's pretty impressive. So production start of 10/1968 and a break even of 4/1970. That's a very feasible project right here. I am definitely going to sign off on the Inkle Mark II. Let's do this. Alright, let's run through some years here and see how screwed we are. That's in engineering, that's in production. I'll keep an eye on that one. Okay, we need more Valors. We definitely need more Valors. I didn't even make it 1 month in, and I realized that. I'm producing all of them that I possibly can. I guess we're just going to increase the price on it. Oh, Jesus. I went too far. Went way too far in the price increase. Way too far. I'm sitting on a ton of them now. You see, this is a car I'm producing so many of now that they build up in a hurry. All right, cool. Towards the end of the year there, it kind of, yeah, it leveled out. Cars sold this year 100,000. Very nice. 209 million in profits. That's very nice as well, considering we're currently engineering 2 cars. Things have really started to improve for our company here. Pausing here to look at things, but our reputation is climbing slowly. Prestige is dropping slowly, but I feel as though the Roscoska is really going to improve on that, and hopefully the ankle as well. The Valor is a pretty, it's a pony and wagon, so it's not extremely prestigious. Prestigious? I hate saying that word. Okay, pause, economy. Oh, wow. Wow. That's really great, but very scary, because when things climb this high, that's usually when they fall the hardest. So, it's going to be very good for us, but we're going to have to be careful. Look at the markets. Convertible's still climbing. Convertible Sport is climbing. Muscle is climbing. That's going to be very good for our muscle car there. Fun Premium is climbing. Sport and Sport budget. Everything's looking good. And yep, like I said, we got our tech for that. Let's actually do some more here. Let's go ahead and wheels. Let's give some wheel tech money. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do 2 clicks on wheels. I feel like that's going to be important moving forward. Alright, through 1967, I had a hard time keeping pony Valors on the shelf. I'm having a little bit of a panic attack, though, because it just disappeared off of my screen, and I don't know why. Hopefully that's not the case. We made $188 million this year, which is not a ton, to be honest. But like I said, we're engineering 2 cars. All right, let's see. Where did it go? Why is it canceled? What did you do? Did I accidentally click cancel? No, there's no way I clicked cancel. What happened? Did the body get too old? Did I accidentally use the factory? No, because these are still engineering. I don't understand. What did I just screw up? I really just don't know. And I don't understand. It's still a fine car. Can I uncancel you? I don't want you to be canceled. You're still selling great. What happened? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's getting to the point where it's running long in the tooth. But why? But why? Why did it cancel? I'm sure there's a very good reason, and it should be very obvious, but I'm not seeing it. I don't understand why. Somebody help me. Somebody help me understand what just happened to the Valor. I think I'm going to end today's episode there just because I really just want to know why. And if it was something stupid that I did, like some stupid misclick, then I'll probably just go back to the last save. But as of now, we're going to have another 5 months of not selling any cars. Huh. And I got to make a new Valor. Huh. I don't know, man. I don't know what just happened. But that'll do it for today. And I guess I will see you next time.